Here we go. This is our very first long form YouTube video. We are Gills on Wheels. My name is Patty.
I'm Shane, the driver.
And I am Patty, and I plan out all of our routes and everything. So we have been full-time RVers for the past 5 years. We've been full-time for 5 years now. October of 2025 was 5 years. In 2025, we traveled to the rest of the 50 states. So we have now officially RV'd, lived in, traveled in an RV in all 50 states. So, first question. We're going to tell you a little bit about us and answer some questions. So, first of all, yep, we're full-time RVers. Anything else you want to tell, or you think that's it?
Yep, do what we do.
Yeah.
Full-time RVing.
Top 20 questions answered for you. So hopefully it doesn't run super long. All right, so how did we meet is the first question. Do you want to answer that?
I can. I got stationed in Georgia in 93. It was, I think, April 9th on a Friday. We had a shop golf tournament. And,
He's very good with dates.
and she happened to be the beer cart girl. And, well, I like my drink, and that's how we met.
That's how it all happened. It started there, and the rest is history. And then, yeah, we moved in the military. We went overseas, and we were overseas for 13 years. So next question that will go into that is, what countries did you live in before RV life? So before I met Shane, he had lived in Iceland, was one country that he had lived in. You've been stationed in or deployed to several, like you were in Desert Storm and different things like that before I met him. But once we got married, our first overseas assignment was England. We were stationed at Lakenheath, England. We were there for 4 years. And then we went to Guam. After that, we were in Guam for 2 years. Then we got it was very warm in Guam, and our sons didn't even own pants. And we got stationed in North Dakota. We were in North Dakota for 3 years, so we had to go buy all new clothes for us and our kids. So we were in North Dakota for 3 years, and then we were in, where did we go after that? Turkey. We were in Turkey for 2 years, and then we were stationed in Portugal for 3 years. And then Shane retired out of Portugal, and we moved to San Antonio. We had no family there, not really. We had a couple of friends, but that was really about it. So
no job, no house.
That's true. Yeah, no job, no house, nothing. I think we kind of do things like that sometimes. We just kind of wing it, and somehow it has all worked out, thankfully. So yeah, that worked out. We got jobs eventually, and we moved to San Antonio, the west side of San Antonio. And we lived there for almost 13 years before we went full time.
2012 to 20.
Yeah, both of our sons still live in San Antonio, and we always go back to visit San Antonio to see them. All right, next one. This could be yours. Oh, no, it could be both. Either one. Why did we start RV life? Why do you think we started RV life?
Well, kind of with the military, I think we were kind of nomadic anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, we moved, on average, I would say probably every 2.5 to 3 years. Even some places we stayed 4, but some places we didn't stay but just 2. So it averages out probably 2.5 to 3 years, and then we would move again. And we just had to, acclimate to wherever we had to go. And we both camped and stuff with our families when we were younger, and just a great way of life and a way to see some stuff.
Yeah. So traveling in we just kind of have that nomadic blood, I guess. So after the military, after being in San Antonio, kind of stationary for 13 years almost, we were like, okay, we're starting to get the itch. We need to move. It's time to go. So we figured we'd always loved camping, so let's just sell everything. And we did that in 2020. Yeah. 2020, we sold everything we owned. We sold our house, and we hit the road.
But prior to that, I mean, we bought a camper in San Antonio. We camp on the weekends, and then it ended up being like we would stay for a couple, 2, 3 weeks, and then we'd go a month somewhere on vacation.
All right, next question is, what RV do you have currently at this moment? What RV do we have?
Right now, Jayco.
Yes.
It's a 2025 uh, 28 CRT.
Yep. A Jayco
Uh,
Eagle.
yeah, 32 foot. We downsized a little bit, or upsized from the truck camper. If
Yeah.
you've watched before, you knew we had a truck camper.
Mm-hmm.
Downsized from the Solitude. So we're in the middle now and pretty comfortable in this.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot easier. Do you think it's a lot easier to pull? This is also a fifth wheel.
No,
You think it's easier to pull it?
it's not easier to pull it. You can, I mean, some places easier to back it in or whatever you may do, but
Yeah.
as far as pulling, it's all the same.
Yeah. All right. Okay, next question is, how do we make money? So there's several ways that we make money to be able to travel, to be able to afford full-time life. So first of all, as we discussed earlier, Shane was in the Air Force. He retired. He was in the Air Force for 24 years. He retired, so he gets a retirement pay from the military, from the Air Force, and he also is a percentage of disability, a disabled vet, so he also gets a income from that as well. And then the other way that we make money, which is actually our biggest way that we make money, is by social media. We are content creators, whatever you want to call it. We don't like to say influencers, but we're content creators. So we make ads, we make pictures, videos, write articles, all different kind of things for different companies in the RV space and outdoor space, anything like that. They pay us and we show their products on our page. We like to show products that we've either used before or that, we've had for a long time or whatever. Just something, just products that we really like and like to put our name behind. And I also do social media for a couple of companies as well. And I think that's it, right? So, military, disabled pay, and then also social media business. We have social media business. We have an LLC, Gills on Wheels LLC, and so that's how we make our money. Next one is, okay, somebody want to know, what is work camping? So another way that we offset our costs from traveling is we are work campers. We just finished one in Texas, and we're maybe looking for one this summer. I don't know if it's something that we're going to continue to do down the road, but it is something that we have done in the past. So what is work camping?
Well, I mean, basically, you just go to whatever campground. A lot of times you can call them. There's websites that workcamp.com or something.
Yeah, there's lots of them. You just
something.
Google work camp jobs.
And you find something that maybe interests you or a location that interests you. And they're all different. Some of them you work for the campground for 8 hours a day for whatever, how many ever hours. Some of them they don't. They're only 4 hours a day for however long. Some of it could be kitchen work, grounds maintenance,
social media
stuff, working in the office.
Yeah.
There's tons of stuff, and you just figure out, what you want to do or what you think you would like to do, and you just talk to the people on the phone and see what their things are. Some of them are like 6 months, some 3 months.
Yeah.
It just depends on what you want to do, and you just try to figure out where you want to be and how long you want to be there.
Yeah, basically as you work at a campground for your space. So you get a free site and your free utilities. Some will also pay you on top of that. But the main thing is you can get a free site, free utilities in exchange for some work around the campground. Some pay, like I said, so you might do a little bit more work. But the ones that we've done has just been in exchange for our campsite and the utilities. So that definitely helps us offset the cost.
And laundry, stuff like that.
Yeah, sometimes. All right, our next question, and if you've been following us for any amount of time, you probably know what the answer is to this question. But if you haven't, the next question is favorite state. So our favorite state, there are actually a lot. We have not been to one state where we're like, we hate it or anything like that. There are some that just didn't have what we were, looking for. But our absolute favorite state has got to be Alaska. summer of 2024, we drove our truck camper. We had a truck camper at the time. We drove it from Florida to Alaska. We spent the whole summer in Alaska, and like everywhere we went was beautiful. It doesn't matter. It's like you can just be driving down any random road and the views are just insane. It's just gorgeous. So Alaska will always be my favorite. Is that your favorite as well, or do you have a different one?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, there are too many to choose from.
It's true. It's
I
hard.
mean, all yeah.
Especially now we've gone off
Colorado,
50.
Utah, Idaho, Wyoming area.
Yeah, all those
That's
are
really
definitely
cool.
top
But I
10.
mean, it's Alaska, and there's a lot. You got everything in one there.
Yeah, true. But yeah, so for us, I would say Alaska's probably our top. That would, well, I don't know though, because I was going to say that would be the only one we want to go back to, but that's not true. Because we definitely want to go back to Utah, Washington, California, Oregon. I mean, the whole West Coast is just stunning. Not saying the East Coast is not, but I don't know. We just really love the West Coast, or I do. I think the West Coast is, it's beautiful. All right, next question is, how much does RV life cost? Yeah, that's a hard question. It's not, there's no answer to that question. That's one of the biggest questions that we see, not just on our questions, comments, or whatever, but we see that on a lot of people's, and it's really hard to say how much it costs. Like, it really depends on how you travel. Like, do you stay at regular campgrounds? Do you stay at resorts? Do you like to boondock? Do you like to lot dock? Do you work camp for your for your site? So then it's not as expensive. There's just so many. How often do you travel? Do you have a diesel truck? Do you have a gas truck? Like, I mean, so many factors that could do it. It could be very expensive if you travel often, if you like staying at fancy expensive resorts. I mean, some resorts cost $200-300 a night, and then there's some that cost $30 to $50. Or you can stay at state parks or Corps of Engineer parks. We found some Corps of Engineer parks for like $8-10 a night. That's if you have a America the Beautiful pass. But there are ways for it to be very expensive, and there's ways for it to be very inexpensive. Just depends on how you do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like to eat out.
Oh, that's true too. Yes.
There.
Yes. Yeah. That has a big that makes a big difference. We are bad about some on travel days. It's like just stopping at like Taco Bell or Chick-fil-A or something. We shouldn't do that. We've got to get better at like making our own food. We have solar. We could totally run a microwave even like on our travel day to be able to cook something real quick. So we've got to get better at that. But yeah, so that it just depends on how you travel, how you do RV life. It can be very, very inexpensive, and it can be very, very expensive. Okay, next question is, how do you get mail on the road? Okay, so there's lots of ways. This is another one where it's lots of ways to get mail on the road.
You can do whatever you want. There are escapees and all kind of different places that will send the mail to you.
Yes.
But for us, if it's a package from Amazon or whatever, wherever we're going to be in the next, few days, we'll have it sent to that campground. We call them up, like, hey, do y'all accept packages? And it'll be there waiting on us when we get there to where we may be going. And then other than that, at home, like she said, our two sons still live in San Antonio, and they check our mail, and if it's something important, they'll take a picture of it or what have you, and send it to us. And if not, just goes in trash.
Yeah, we have also, well, for the first 5 years, we had a P.O. box, and our son had a key to that, so he would go and check the mail for us. Most of our stuff we try to get, like all of any bills that we have coming in, like cell phone or Wi-Fi or whatever that might be, that comes like on our computer, so we don't have to get that in the mail. But there are some,
so you don't have to
exactly. We set up auto pay so we don't have to worry about those bills and stuff. But there are some things that, like his VA stuff, he still gets in the mail. His meds, he gets in the mail. But our son would check our PO box for years. But now we did buy property recently, and we have a mailbox there, and our son checks it as well there. So, but there are, like he said, there's escapees, so you can sign up through escapees, and all of your mail can be sent there. They give you an address. Your mail can be sent there. I think there's also several. I think Good Sam does that now as well. I think there's several like memberships where you can get mail, and they give you an address. The all the mail goes there, and then once a month or something, however often, once a week, they'll send you pictures. I believe it is, and then they'll shred stuff that's junk and send you whatever you need. So there are ways to do it for sure. All right. Okay. Next question is Wi-Fi. How do you get internet on the road? So we have two ways that we get internet. We have T-Mobile Home Wi-Fi, which is, what do we pay for that a month?
$35.
$35 a month, $35. That is our number one that we use as much as possible. And then our backup we have is Starlink. And the reason it's a backup is because it's how much?
Like 165.
Yeah. So, and the good thing about Starlink is if you don't use it, you don't have to pay for it. So, that one is our backup. That one is good for when we're out boondocking and we have like zero service is usually when we use Starlink. Or if we're in a national park or state park that has no service. All right, next one is, do you have any medical issues that make it challenging to be on the road full time? I do not have any medical issues. I do not take medication, nothing like that.
I do.
No medical issues really, but
Oh, I take a lot of medication.
yes, yeah.
But I mean, I get them through the VA, and I make sure however long we're going to be gone that I stock up. The
Yes.
VA is really good about giving you extra if you need, or anywhere I'm on the road, there's always a military base or a VA something, and I can stop and get if I need it.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so what did you do for a living before RV life? So Shane was in the
Went
Air
to high
Force.
school.
You were in the Air Force.
Oh yeah, Air Force my whole time.
Not this high school, Air Force. But then after the Air Force, you did something for a little bit.
Yeah, I
You
was
were-
a shop foreman at
Yeah.
a heavy truck company.
Yeah. And then I kind of, as a military spouse, you kind of got to do whatever you can when you get to a military base. And I just have kind of done everything. I eventually was able to get into the GS government system and was up to GS 11 before I kind of semi-retired, got out, whatever you want to call it. And so the last job that I did before we went full-time is I worked for the Defense Contract Management Agency, and we did contracts for NASA. So I kind of worked for NASA. All right, next question. Favorite place in the whole world? Not just in the U.S., in the whole world. Because we were military, then we've been to 50 plus countries. I don't even know how many.
Whew.
Yeah,
They're
that's hard. I know.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
been
really hard.
Australia
Yeah.
to Spain or whatever, to
Egypt.
Norway, to
Wow.
Egypt, to
Yeah.
Turkey.
England, I mean, everywhere. It's beautiful. It's kind of like picking your favorite state. It's very hard to decide. I will say our favorite, or my favorite military base was probably Guam, just because of the weather and so many friends. We just had so much going on all the time. But yeah, there's so many amazing countries that we've been to. It's hard to pick just one. All right, number 15. How long do you plan to RV, and will you stop now that you have property? So no, we are not going to stop anytime soon. We do not have a home on our property. We have our RV there that we can come and go as we please whenever we want, and we have no house there to kind of tie us down or anything like that. And we don't really have a plan. The plan is to...
When I can't drag sewer hose out no more, that's the end.
I guess so, yeah. That might be an issue for anything. If you can't drag out the sewer hose, you might have bigger issues. But
No plans.
yeah, we have no plan for that. This one, we've gotten this one a lot as well. Do you feel safe on the road, even when you're boondocking, campgrounds, traveling around, all of that? Do we feel safe?
Yeah. I've
Yes.
never not felt safe.
No, we've never, ever not felt safe. Even boondocking, staying at, or lot docking even. I mean, we've been to some boondocking spots where we cannot see anyone around us. And yeah, we've never had any issue. We did have our bike stolen once and our paddleboard stolen, but they were not out for us. They just wanted our stuff, which is most people just are trying to steal stuff. But that was it. That's the only,
Yeah.
that's the only issue we've had. But
No.
I mean, that's going to happen even if you're in a house. People steal stuff. Okay, next question is, do you have a state domicile? So for us,
Texas.
it's Texas because we were already Texas residents. There are ways that you can pick. A lot of full timers like to do Texas, Florida, South Dakota. I'm not sure about South Dakota anymore. I know there's certain states though they do not have state tax, so a lot of people like to use or to pick those as a domicile. Domicile. We do not know anything about that, so we're not ones to ask. But there are lots of RVers out there that can help you go through the domicile process. What do you do for insurance, meds, and doctors on the road? So you kind of hit on that earlier,
Same
but
thing.
we are, because he's retired military. We both still have insurance through TRICARE. We can go to any military base. We can go to any doctor as we're traveling, emergency room, anything like that. I had to have my appendix out once whenever we were somewhere. I had to have surgery. Still cost us $0. I think it might have cost us 5 or 10. I don't know. Sometimes there's like a very small fee if you go off base, but it really wasn't much at all. So yeah, we have TRICARE. We get, if Shane needs meds, he gets them all mailed to our home base, and then we pick them up whenever we're home, and he takes enough with him. All right, we are now down to number 19th question, or the 19th question. So how do you plan where you are going? So I do all of our planning, route planning. Shane just gets in and says, "What's the address? Where are we going?" But we just kind of, I don't know how we decide. People are like, "How do you decide? Are you going to go to Florida? Are you going to go?" I don't know. Sometimes things come up, like the Keys, where like a campground is like, "Hey, we really want you to come down here." Or like last summer, it was okay. Let's get the rest of the 50 states. So that kind of did it. Before that, we're like, we want to go to Alaska. I don't know. Next summer or this summer, we're thinking maybe the Pacific Northwest, but we really don't know. We just kind of wing it, really, and just go for it. We'll kind of semi-plan it though before we leave, but there's no, like, I mean, we could just like throw a dart at a calendar, I guess, next time, but or a map, not a calendar. All right, last question is, what are your cons of RV life, and what are your biggest mistakes? So, what do you think the con is of RV life?
Oh, that's.
Or do you think there is one?
Oh, there's
Yeah.
there's some.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, just the. I don't know the. To me, most of it's is the driving part, having to watch tires and.
Oh, it's very stressful having to watch all
I
that
mean,
stuff.
just that. That's. I mean, when I get somewhere and I just get to relax, and I'm like, okay. But that's
Getting
that's
there
the
part.
part I really don't really care for.
You like driving,
But
though. You don't mind
yeah, I
driving.
don't mind the drive.
Just
I
pulling
just
something.
yeah, well, not pulling something. Just when you're full time, this is our house. We have this is what we have,
Oh, that's
and
yeah.
if it goes south, then
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
just
They were
south.
pulling all of our stuff. So for me, I don't know. I don't really have a con. I mean, there are definitely cons to living in an RV, but it's also like people are like, oh, things break. It's depreciating, whatever. It doesn't appreciate like a house or things like that. But I mean, that doesn't really bother us. That's not why we went into the RV life. We went into travel, see things, enjoy our life now that we, or enjoy our life while we still can, while we're still young. But there are definitely going to be cons, but things will break and stuff just like they do in a house. But so, you do have to be a little bit more handy because it's otherwise we would have to sometimes take it, into an RV shop, and that takes a long time if you can't fix something on your own. It could take a long time. So, our biggest mistakes in the RV life.
Well, I had one where I tried to get into a spot that I shouldn't have been in.
It's true. Yeah.
And I just had to pull it out of there and scratched up the whole side, ran over
was
some
almost a
trees,
brand
broke
new-
a mirror.
Almost a brand new RV.
Yeah.
We were.
It looked like it would fit.
Yeah. We were trying to get into a boondocking spot in Colorado. We should not have gone in there. We should have trusted our gut.
It was for vans and tents.
Yeah, we
but
should
there
not.
was one that was long.
We thought we could do it.
But you had to back down it and then back to the right. And when I started going right and I had to pull forward, then I was stuck with hitting the trees and everything. So
yeah,
that's a mistake. Other than that, I mean, just forgetting about something.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you do a
Checklist.
a checklist or
Yeah.
a walk around before you tow it off. I've drug a landing gear before and bent it.
Yeah, we did do that.
I mean, there's always little stuff that.
Yeah, even as seasoned RVers as we are, we still forget things. Even if we have a list, we forget to look at the list or whatever. Things like that happen, and it's okay. It's, you know, you kind of learn to be like, well, that's unfortunate, but we'll figure it out and we'll get back on the road. So yeah, things happen, but it's just how you react once they happen, I think, is really the main thing.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite sayings, is what it is.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing you can do about it now. Fix it and press on.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Well, if you have stayed around this long for our entire question video, our introduction video, we sure appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget, we are Gills on Wheels. You can find us here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest. I mean, we're, you name it, GillsOnWheels.com, everywhere. And don't forget, this is our brand new long-form YouTube channel. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Ask us any questions below that we might have missed or any questions you might have about what we talked about. And thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate you being here.
And if you see us out there, stop and say hi, and we'll see you on the road.